Welcome back to the finish line and episode 3 of our Cheltenham Festival Ante-Post tips. So it's just myself and Tom today. As you might have found out in the last video, we had a few gremlins, also known as Kevin, not charging batteries and so on and so forth. Second video would call him out.
Why isn't Dave here?
Oh, Dave has one that he told me to read it out, but I'm not going to because Tom has a lot to say about it. So, Dave, just Stats O'Keefe, prepare for this.
Dave will be here for next week and just, come with your best argument, Dave, because this is terrible. But
something to look forward to next week anyway. Right, you can have the honours of going first.
Really?
Yeah, go on, the hell with it.
Nothing really caught my eye this week as in like you look at what run won, like Lorena, Fury Road won at Navan in a non-event basically. Yeah. I don't know, there was nothing that really jumped out at me. It's one, now you might laugh at this as well.
Let's go.
But it's literally, I'm having a bet basically on a horse to make Cheltenham. Because its price has drifted out. It's already coming back in, but it was about an even money shot, if not odds on. But it's drifted out to 2-1.
Oh,
if this turns up, it's an absolute steering job. We all know what it is, don't we?
Tiger Roll.
I just think 2-1 is too big. There's been Gordon came out in the press today, which I was waiting for something on him, and he said his operation went well. He looks fine. He's just stood in a bit of box rest. He's got to start walking again now for another 3 weeks, which will take him up towards Christmas. Like what he did, for those of you who haven't read it, is he had a piece of bone. He's chipped a piece of bone in his knee, which sounds terrible, but it's actually quite a common thing or in one of his joints. I'm taking it was his knee. I'm not 100% sure.
I think it was his knee. Yeah.
Yeah, it often happens in horses' knees, and they chip a bit of bone, and it causes them a bit of discomfort. But again, like with humans, like, you know, when you break something, like we've both played sport. I've broken bones, and then I've pulled my ACL and stuff, and all that. I'd break a bone any day. Your bone heals, it's fixed. You do ligaments or soft tissue damage,
it's damage for life.
It's damage for forever, basically. And you've always got a weakness and a problem. Like
bones heal themselves.
Bones heal, you know. Like I broke my collarbone.
So that's horrible.
I've more problems from the muscles around it than I do from the bone at all. Like, so they literally do an operation. They take out the piece of bone that's chipped away. It heals up.
It's back together. It's good as new. It's like a new knee.
It's not great, obviously, but and as Gordon said, it could have come at a lot worse time. Like if this happened in January.
That's him gone for the season.
Well, yeah, he'd been in a lot of trouble, but he was ready to run. Apparently, they're already talking about getting him back to the Boyne hurdle in February. So it's not even like they're saying, "Oh, we got to go straight to Cheltenham." So they're thinking they'll get a run into him. I've gone through the race again. Like I can't get on the Shanworth bandwagon. Like the race he won in, he was getting weight from horses. He put his head to one side when he got in front. I
never liked him and I never will.
He looks like a yoke now, an absolute yoke. And I can't see him beating Tiger Roll. Next in the betting is the French horse who was second again yesterday. Seems to always find one too good, and he's old. I just think Tiger Roll.
If Tiger Roll turns up, he's odds on.
Yeah, and well odds on, I'd say.
Yeah, and he wins by half the track again.
So I literally think, I know 2-1 is short, kind of goes against what I say for Ante-Post betting, but you're betting 2-1 on Tiger Roll to turn up, I think.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That is.
Like if he turns up, he wins.
He stones better than everything else in it.
Absolutely, yeah. So 2-1
and they all
Tiger
run the same weight.
Yeah, exactly. So 2-1 for him to turn up. I'll take that. Thank you very much.
Right. So my one is just going to solve the champion chase altogether. There's so many questions about a lot of them. What?
Yeah.
Altior. No one knows if he's going to drop back down to 2 miles. Nicola Beinfeld put out yesterday, they're more or less thinking of going King George. Chassin Poissois, you're hoping he gets there.
You leave my Shakan alone. I like Shakan.
I like him as well, but Defi Desai is not going to run in this. I don't care what I know. He
is 150% going.
If he runs, he's not going to win it anyway.
Well, I sent you on this yesterday because you were trying to piss at me about a Plutard for the Ryanair. Again, they do this on a daily basis, guys.
I changed his name on my phone to Aplu Tom.
They're just ripping the piss at me about this, and I cannot understand why. But JP has had 4 runners in the Ryanair since it started in 2005. Like, this horse is not going to run in the Ryanair. Barry Geraghty wants to go for the champion chase. He'll go for the champion chase.
I can't see it. Anyway, if he turns up, he's not going to win. Then we get to the forgotten horse, Cilaos Emery. This was placed twice in Grade 1s, won a Grade 1, beat Duke de Ginevra on his chase debut. Did you have it down? Go on, give it a go.
No.
Beat him on his chase debut at Corn. Came back, was it Navan on Ace a few weeks ago. Bolted in again. He is 14-1. He is way too big. I think he has enough to... This is on the basis that Altior and them don't turn up. Well, not turn up, but if Altior turns up, or there's something about me now that Altior's gone slow and is out of love with the game. He looked, as we said in the weekend preview, he's looking like he doesn't...
Yeah,
he's not fancying it as much anymore. So I landed on him, and I think 14s is a great price at the moment.
I won't knock him. Yeah, I'll give you.
You're going to knock
good
the next
chance
one
on that one. The worst thing is, I can see the next one happening. Maybe not winning, but I can see him running there.
The next one is for the National Hunt Chase. Bear in mind, right? I'll say the price.
Are you actually putting money on this?
I have already.
Oh Jesus!
He's 40-1. Multiple Grade 1 winner over hurdles. Won his chase debut.
A winner over 2 miles over hurdles.
Running
in the
won a
3
stairs.
miles,
Won the
5 furlongs.
Punchestown Stairs hurdle over 3 miles by a good furlong. The machine is back in full working order. Faugheen is going to win the 4 miler, well 3.7, whatever it's called these days. Patrick Mullins is going to annoy his father so much that he wants to ride him in the 4 miler. They're not going to put me in against younger horses in an RSA. They're not going to go to JLT because he's not going to jump quick enough. He'll be going at a snail's pace that will be like a little schooling session for him around Cheltenham. And Patrick Mullins will come there swinging on the bridle. Here's me sitting in Alfie's on me 40-1 docket, absolutely laughing me whole way to the bank. If this happens, he's going to win.
The worst thing is I can see him running there. I can, like, if you look at what race they may run him in at Cheltenham, there's a lot of ones they won't.
And this is one that he could run in.
Yeah.
40s is way too big. That's huge.
Yeah.
If he runs, he's going to be single figure price. You put a 5 on him. What the hell with this? 200 quid if he wins.
Third in the stairs last year, was he?
Third in the stairs, won the Punchestown, won the year before that. He stays. He won a Grade 1 hurdle as a novice over 3 miles. He won a Grade 1 as an open over 3 miles. The chap stays. He's a class. If he turns up, he's the best horse in the race.
I could see it happening.
Have I convinced you?
Not convinced me to part with my money, no, but I could see it happening.
40-1's worth a 5er. 10er.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
Oh my God, I thought I was going to get slated for this. That's my 2 anyway. Do you have another one?
I'll save my slating for Dave. So, have I got another one?
Yeah.
No, I haven't got another one.
You always have 2.
No.
All right.
No. That was doubling up on a Plutard and Percy.
Okay, fair enough. So that is our episode 3. So come back next week for Cheltenham Festival preview number 4, where Tom is going to attempt to rip the living daylights out of Dave with his.
What race is that horse going to run in?
He said Closebird is on the Tuesday.
Jesus. Okay.
See you next week.